Good morning.
Good morning. We were sent
We.
a gardening gift. It wasn't sent to me. Oh no, it was sent to the unenthusiastic gardener. He is getting gardening gifts. Sent it for Richard to put together. So how lucky are we? How lucky are we?
Oh, very
because
lucky.
I think he sent it to Richard because it's so straightforward. Anyone can do it.
Even a man.
So we've been sent this, and we're going to put together a no-dig nature pool.
So now I am unpacking. Oh, we also got a floating solar fountain pump. But to be honest, we have used that already.
We have. It's here.
So I was quite impressed with that.
We've been very impressed with that.
Let's unpack.
So Blagden is the company that make these no-dig nature pools. Instructions. We did watch a video of how to put it all together.
But being a man, I didn't need to watch it. Right. And there it is.
Oh, this is where we're going to have it. This is why we moved the rose quite a few weeks ago now, because as you can see, my garden is getting rather full, very full. And being a Gemini, I have to have everything in two. So I have 2 fountains, and now I'm going to have 2 wildlife ponds. As you can see, I have been cleaning. These pebbles are going to go inside the pond. And these came from the front garden, which I've stolen those. I gave them all a good wash last night, and we bought a bag of gravel, and I've thoroughly washed it all.
2 types of clips. That's for the top, because I've got a hook on it, and you'll see the reason why later. And that's the bottom one. So apparently you clip them in there like that. Yeah. Do the same this side. That'll be right. Yes, we will. Lovely. That's clipping in nice. That's that one. Let's do the same here. This is the top. That's it. First part done. Look at that. Very easy to assemble. Very impressed. That's it. You can hear the click as it clicks in. Well, from a small box,
Yeah,
this is quite a big pond.
it is. It's 190 litres. What I'm hoping to do is to put this container, this one here, because ideally a wildlife pond needs a lot of lush vegetation around it, and if we just have this on its own, it's not going to have that. So I was thinking we could put that container just along here, and then I can add some more. And we've moved the container. This is my vision, this picture here, which I've seen other people do this as well, espalier, but it's with ivy. And if you look at, say, just that portion, that is the effect that I would like on our wall up there. So Richard has been measuring out sort of diamondy shapes on the wall, and I'm going to do it in ivies because those topiary ivies that I did with the coat hangers have done so well. Ivies will grow anywhere for me anyway. This is very hot wall, and I think they'll do fine. So Richard's been measuring out and made some markings, so that's one of the diamonds, and then obviously there's a corresponding one next to it. So we're just going to have a cup of tea and a little think, but all is going well. We haven't argued yet.
Not yet.
Not yet. There's still time.
Give it time.
There's still time.
Right. That's the position of the pond. Now, while I was having my tea break, we've got the diamonds up ready.
Wonderful. Thank you very much.
And what are these plants?
Zinnias.
Azaleas.
Zinnias.
I thought there was weeds.
My
so I
last
pulled
two
them up.
zinnias. My only two surviving zinnias. Never mind.
Right, now the next stage is we've got a nice cushion blanket to go in the bottom. That's to ensure there's nothing sharp under the liner. So we'll put this in. That's just to give it a nice soft finish.
Yep.
Right, now we put the liner in. Now, as you can see, there's a load of little holes, eyes at the top of the liner, and they are going to clip on these little hooks there. That's it. And it went in very easy.
Very, very, very thick, heavy duty.
I think the actual construction of this is superb.
It is, isn't it?
It is very easy.
Yeah.
It's an enjoyable job.
Yeah.
Now, as a put together pond, I'm very impressed.
Yeah.
It was very easy to do. And I haven't looked at the instructions yet. It's probably upside
We
down.
did watch the video though.
Yes,
There is a video that you can watch of how to do it.
That's it. There, we'll just gently lift that.
Now we have the fun part. This is called the beach plinth and the ladder set, which comes in 3 parts, which all lock together. There's all holes and notches and things like that. So let's see if I can figure this out. I would imagine that goes in there like that. These clip here, should all be very straightforward. That's it. Yes, I managed. That just clips in there like that. It's quite straightforward. You get a little stand at the bottom and then the whole thing should just clip on there like that. Wonderful. So there we are. That's the whole thing. We have the little ladder going all the way up, and then this bit here they call the beach plinth, and we have a planting pocket, and then we have a ladder going down into the pool for things to climb out of. Very exciting. There we go. And so let's put some water in. And I decided that I needed to move the little ramp just round to the side, and I'll show you why, because there's a little section while it's filling up the rest of it. I'll show you this part. So down the side here, in this little corner, this is where you make a little habitat for things to crawl into. So I still have lots of little twigs and logs and things from my last collection. So here's the little hideaway behind the ramp for bugs and insects and things to climb into and hide away. Here's a view from this direction. It's lovely. Absolutely love it. I've been plant shopping. Before I show you the plants for the pond, I wanted to show you this which I've finished. As you can see, we have 2 ivies down there which I borrowed from Woodland Courtyard. So all I've done is I've kind of put one that way and then again there, one that way. So, well, we're at the halfway point and then we'll start completing the diamond shape, which shouldn't actually take too long. As you can see, I've added some plants here and I've got garas. So the one on the right is just the white gara, and then this one is a pink one, cherry brandy. And in the garden centre, the bees were all over this, so I thought, well, they're all over it now. We need to add those to the garden. So that's a kind of a little bit of wildlife. So for the pond plants, when we went in the spring, there was so much choice, it was overwhelming. It was just down to about a quarter, but it was a good thing really, because it made it easier for me to choose. So we've got here, we had to have a water lily. Oh, so this is a lovely water lily here, and it's called the Barbara Dobbins, and you see it's got a white flower. It's a much bigger water lily than the one I had in the other pond, which is tiny. And then I've got some creeping jenny, which you can put in the water, and I'm going to put that in the little planted pocket. And it says when I Google, I'll tidy it up a bit, but it says when I Google that you can let this trail in the water and that will be fine. We have a hard rush here, which is a margin plant. And then here we have an umbrella palm. Very lovely, I like this one. Here we have, this one is a lizard's tail. There. And it's got, well, it did have a little lizard's tail. I think it's finished flowering. And then finally, we have this one, which is an acorus. So, let's put the plants in. Very exciting part. So this is the Barbara Dobbins water lily. It's lovely. Next is this, the lovely sweet flag. This is the beautiful umbrella palm, which I absolutely love this. Now this one, it says that it needs to be from the top of the pot, it should be 0 to 5 centimetres. This is deeper than that, so I'm just going to put an empty plant pot, I think, down here. And then it can sit on there. It's lovely. I might get some rocks, I'll do that after. I'll get some rocks, I think, and build it up a bit. Build rocks to wedge it in a bit more, so I'll do that. This is the lovely hard rush. This one, from the top of the pot, 0 to 15 centimetres, so I'm going to put it on an empty plant pot as well. Wedge that in. So that can go in there. And finally we have the lizard's tail. The all-important oxygenators. I had 5 of these. I think I've thrown 2 in together, but there were 5. Then we're going to take some of this water lettuce, which I have loads. I didn't realise how much it divides. Look at that. The roots. I'll pull off this old one. Look at that. That was one tiny little water lettuce, wasn't it, Rich?
Well, it was.
That can go in there. Because these little pups have got their own roots, I think we can snip those off. More. So the pond has had a lot of chance to settle down. You can see that I've moved my walnut tree. I felt like it needed something else, and I think that looks lovely there. You can see that I've added a bird feeder, and they are suet logs. I didn't want to put seed. I don't want seed going in the water, and also I added a peanut one over here because it's important to attract the birds if you're trying to have a wildlife garden. So let me show you what I did here. I think you might be able to see I've mounded up around those pots the stones just to kind of wedge it into place. So I've done that around here, around this one. Also in this planting pocket, or the gara. The gara's been lovely and the bees have loved it, but I have to keep picking out these little bits. Creeping Jenny. So I've put Creeping Jenny in here, and what I did really was I took off most of the soil. There's a little planting pocket here, which is right into the water. So I took out most of the soil, and we basically just roots, and I got some of the gravel which was at the bottom, and just sort of put that on the top. So everything's looking very, very nice. I've added, as you can see, a little bits of whimsy here and there, because as you know me, I can't resist. But it's looking good. Need to take this one off, and let's do that now. There we go. Get rid of that one. The good thing about these Blagden no-dig nature pools, which I think is amazing, is that they're not only just available in the UK, they are available worldwide, and not always possible, but these can be purchased in all of Europe, all of the UK, and over in America and other countries as well. So what I'll do, in the description box, I'll link down the sites where you can go on and have a look and see in your areas. They're about 1 metre in size, that way and that way. Obviously it's octagonal, and I can't recommend them highly enough. Absolutely amazing. They do come with a solar power floating fountain pump. And I do believe, although don't quote me on this, do check it out in your areas, but I do believe the fountain pump comes with the UK and Europe ones, but I think there's a different type of pump. It may even be electric, but don't quote me on that, for the American ones and others. But have a look on the links and you'll be able to find that out, just in case I'm wrong. So this is what it looks like close up. And inside the box you get this bag, which is a net which you can fill with gravel to weigh it all down so it doesn't move around. Lots of different little fountain heads, variety of fountain heads, and this is it. It's as simple as that. You get this, you get a bag like that. We fill it up with some gravel, which I will steal from here. put that in there. So we get a little bit of string. Then you can see on the back there's two little bits here, so we can just thread the string through. So we've got the string on, tied on the back, nice long length, and I'm just going to tie the bag of stones onto the string. So then we just lower it in. I will cut off the excess string. It's in the shade at the moment, so we're not going to see it to its best effect until the sun comes round. But I will show you all the different fountain heads, and you can see the different effects you can get depending on your preference. Now I must just address one more thing before we wrap up, and that is the question of fish, because I know that quite a lot of you will probably ask, are you going to put fish in? This is a nature pool for frogs and toads and bugs and wildlife and things like that. No fish in this pond. But Blagden do a similar thing, which is taller. It's actually got wonderful big circles in the side that you can see the fish. That's perfect for fish. So if you were interested in that, I will put a picture on the screen here and you can have a look, because they sell those, and if you want fish, that would be ideal. But this one is not having fish. I just wanted to address that because I thought, I'm sure many of you are going to ask about that. We would like to thank Andy and all his team so much for sending us this wonderful Blagden no-dig nature pool, which we're delighted with, aren't we?
Yes.
It's sturdy, it's well made.
And very easy to put together.
Yeah.
And I was quite impressed.
Very impressed. Very impressed. We love it.
We love it.
And we hope to have updates on everything's running up the...
Oh yes, it's going to be...
Running up the ladder.
It's going to be smothered with wildlife.
Well, let's hope so. We will give you an update. We hope you've enjoyed this video.
Yes. I hope you've enjoyed this video as much as I've enjoyed putting it together.
Me too. So I'm Jeanette, I'm the enthusiastic gardener.
And I'm Richard, the unenthusiastic gardener.
Who gets all the gifts.
Oh yes.
How does that work?
Yes, I've had watches now. Yeah, sure.
Take care everyone, thank you for watching, and we will see you soon.
Goodbye.
Bye.